station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening right now, DC's top leaders are talking about one thing: crime in the district. That story coming up. And later, trying to stop the opioid epidemic. How one community in Northern Virginia is coming together to share one message.
It has been a very quiet start to this Wednesday. We aren't even really seeing all that much cloud cover, but why does it almost look like it's overcast here this afternoon? We'll have your forecast in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Damon. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Happening now, Mayor Bowser hosting a public safety summit at the district's Emergency Operations Center in Navy Yard. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has more on the summit and what residents think about crime in the district.
Well, right now, 8 public safety leaders and Mayor Bowser are trying to figure out what they can do about crime in the city. At the Public Safety Summit, they're split into various breakout groups to discuss crime trends, strategies to address crime, and give their feedback to the mayor's office. This meeting building on feedback the mayor has already gotten from school leaders and advisory neighborhood commissioners. It's not open to the public, so we took to the streets to see what residents think can be done about crime.
Not exactly sure. I think that there's a lot of things that need to work on within the city in terms of crime. There's a big police presence, so I don't think enhancing the police presence would be it per se, but I guess maybe reallocating funding in different ways.
Gun control for all people, even our law enforcement teams. We just need better gun control, and that may be able to help us.
Recreation and open more schools instead of closing schools down.
Well, this meeting comes as crime is up over 25% in the city. Coming up tonight on DC News Now, we'll have a full recap of the summit. In Navy Yard, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you. Police say a 15-year-old boy is facing life-threatening injuries after getting hit by a car in Germantown, Maryland. Firefighters say it happened just before 9 o'clock last night near Seneca Valley High School on Great Seneca Highway. Police say the driver stayed at the scene. An update this afternoon, police have released the name of the woman killed Monday after being hit by a fire truck in Reston, Virginia. Investigators say 23-year-old Ashley Broadman was struck around 4 a.m. They say that emergency crews were called to the area for reports of a woman lying on the ground in the roadway. Officials say that the driver of the fire truck did not see Broadman until it was too late to stop. Police do not believe speed was a factor. They're investigating if Broadman was under the influence the time of the accident. We're taking a live look outside, of course, the National Monument. The sun is out, plus warmer temperatures expected today. Let's head on over to meteorologist Damon Matson for the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, any chance that we can see rain this afternoon to mess everything up?
Well, Mark, no. Even though we do have that look out there right now that you saw it right there by the Washington Monument, it almost looks like it's overcast. But folks, that is not cloud cover. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar picture. That is as clear as it can get right there, as we don't even have any clouds in the sky. What we are noticing at this moment, that is a lot of haze in the upper levels of the atmosphere from wildfire smoke that is drifting down from wildfires all the way to the north and west in Alberta, Canada. We just watched high pressure move in. That helped clear out a lot of the rainfall, the wet weather we saw yesterday, but that high pressure center, it came down from Canada and it brought a lot of that haze and smoke along with it. So here in the dark gray, that's the highest concentration of that wildfire smoke, and it's drifting now even more to the south, right to here in the DMV. Now, overall, this is not going to have any major impact on us or our weather conditions. It's still going to warm up here this afternoon, and technically speaking, we will have mostly sunny skies as we jump all the way into the middle 70s. If anything, this haze is only going to create quite an amazing sunset later on, really bringing out the colors as that sun goes down. So keep that in mind. Maybe you can go check that out later on this evening. But as we move forward here, as we go toward your Mother's Day weekend, is that when we should expect some additional rain chances? We'll have a full check of that forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, new at noon, Congressman George Santos has been arrested on federal charges. That's according to the Associated Press. The indictment says Santos embezzled money from his campaign. They also say that Santos lied to Congress about not only his income, but undeserved unemployment benefits. Now, Santos told the Associated Press that he was unaware of the charges. He's expected to be in court today on Long Island. A regional task force in Frederick County, Virginia, says that it has seized $2 million in illegal narcotics. It's led to nearly 200 arrests, and they also have taken more than 3 dozen firearms associated with the drug trafficking over the past year. Officials say potentially lethal consequences from fentanyl are often ignored by those struggling with addiction.
It's nothing to mess around with, and it only takes a small amount for someone to overdose. Even someone who's using heroin on a regular basis and has built up a certain level of tolerance, that fentanyl will cut right through that tolerance.
The regional task force has also confiscated large amounts of methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine over the same period of time. Well, it's an issue that's become a national dialogue, and here in our region, it's taken many communities to try and solve it. People of all ages, but especially young people, are overdosing on opioids, including the highly potent fentanyl. Northern Virginia reporter Max Marcella was at the Alexandria Juvenile Detention Center, where a unique event was held on the issue.
Not working. We're losing our kids.
It's a plea from a generation in the middle of the opioid epidemic. Teenagers in Alexandria holding a car wash, their way of coming together and elevating the message, the warnings of the danger of fentanyl. Annie Rainey helped lead the event.
For our kids to raise awareness and proceed themselves, it's huge because it gives them a voice and it spreads the word to hear it from kids their own age as well.
Worried for their kids and their kids' peers, we've seen Fairfax County parents line up for Narcan at a town hall last month. The overdose reversing medication can save a life.
But we have administered it this year.
At Tuesday's school board meeting, Loudoun County officials underscored the importance of Narcan training. 920 LCPS staff have been trained this school year, and soon in Arlington, students will be allowed to carry Narcan themselves. Governor Glenn Youngkin was in Stafford County on Tuesday to discuss the epidemic with high schoolers and used February's tragedy at Wakefield High School as an example.
5 high school students overdose in the bathroom in Arlington. One of them dies. 4 of them are saved because people knew how to use naloxone, Narcan.
And as those preventative measures are ongoing, law enforcement in our region is seizing as many pills as fast as they can. Last month, Fairfax County seized 1,300 fentanyl pills. Last summer, there was a bust in Prince William County of 20,000. Reporting in Alexandria, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
Max, thank you. Pay raises and tax cuts are on the way for some people in Fairfax County. The County Board of Supervisors just approved the budget for fiscal year 2024. Tax relief will come in many forms. In addition to a general 1.5-cent tax rate cut, personal property taxes will also drop. The county will only tax 90% of a car's value instead of the normal 100%, and $900,000 in funding will be directed towards maintaining parks in the area, and $500,000 will be used to increase support for health and human services, hotlines for domestic violence and human trafficking. Well, as for the pay increases, county police will be seeing the largest boost to their salaries. The county says police departments will see a base salary increase of 15%, and other county employees will have about a 7.5% increase. The budget goes into effect July 1st. The nation's top leaders met yesterday to talk about raising the debt ceiling. Right now, Democrats and Republicans are facing a dead end. The U.S. is quickly approaching a default deadline that could happen as soon as June 1st. But after meeting at the White House, the president and congressional leaders do not seem any closer to a deal.
I made clear during our meeting that default is not an option.
Everybody in this meeting reiterated the positions they were at. I didn't see any new movement.
Proposed deep cuts that I believe are going to hurt American families.
Well, if a deal is not reached, the government would no longer be able to pay the salaries of federal military employees or pensions. Social Security could also be impacted. The two sides plan to meet again on Friday. A rally calling on D.C. Council to not shortchange public charter schools by hundreds of millions of dollars. It happened outside the Wilson building, and that's where we find DC News Now's Tosin Fakile with more details on what rally goers are calling for.
Wednesday's Stop the Shortchange rally comes ahead of D.C. Council's first vote on the budget that's happening on May 16th. And organizers of this rally say they're speaking up now because public charter schools in the district are set to receive about $187 million less than D.C. public schools.
Equal funding is our right! Equal funding is our right!
And that was the main message to D.C. leaders from rally goers.
If the district teachers are getting a certain amount of pay, my teachers deserve a certain amount of pay. Why? Because all the boys are the same. We're here to serve everyone.
Tony Tranum says the difference in funding to D.C. charter schools and DCPS could mean a difference in resources for charter school students.
It may make them feel irrelevant. Like, what's the difference between them and us? And we never want it to be them and us. It's education or else.
Organizers of the rally are asking three things of the council. First, all funding should go through the uniform per student funding formula, expanding the definition of a teacher. And third, a commitment from the council to making public charter school budgets whole over time.
Put your money where your mouth is. Don't say you believe in equity and leave out basically 48% of the schools that need and serve our children every single day.
There's about $187 million difference in the funding that the mayor has proposed and provided for DC public schools compared to the charter sector.
Phil Mendelson says the funding gap between charter schools and DCPS is a high hill, but the council will try during the first budget vote to begin reducing that gap.
The council is looking at making some correction